Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Trump revenge. Mitch McConnell just got very bad news about his future in the Senate. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is having a bad time and is having a very bad summer. The Kentucky senator is going to have to lead the GOP to control the House, Senate and the White House. McConnell is struggling really bad and hasn't been able to push through Trump's agenda. Uh-oh. Looks what about to happen to Mitch McConnell. According to Breitbart, the approval rating of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, RCI, has plummeted to just 18%, a survey from Public Policy Polling has found. Can you believe that Mitch McConnell, who has screamed repeal and replace for 7 years, couldn't get it done? Trump said on Twitter earlier this month. Mitch, get back to work and put repeal and replace, tax reform and cuts and a great infrastructure bill on my desk for signing. Which side is Mitch McConnell on? Not the good side. He doesn't stand with President Trump. He even took time off his vacation to insult the president. Share this if you think it is time to start cleaning out the swamp. Mitch McConnell's days in Washington are numbered. Ivanka reveals what she did to rebel in her teenage punk phase. You'll love it. Ivanka Trump is, like her father, a graduate of the prestigious Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania. She has successfully started and run her own fashion company and now, of course, has been serving Americans at the highest levels by being an official White House staffer and advisor to her father Donald Trump. However, there was a time when Ivanka did not have her head on quite so straight. This was during her teenage years, when many people rebel against their parents and go through colorful phases before beginning to settle down into their grown-up selves. Despite coming from such a distinguished and prominent family, Ivanka was no different from any other teenager, and admitted in her mother Ivana's memoir Raising Trump about bringing up Donald's 3 kids with her that she once had a punk face. Recalled Ivanka, during my punk phase in the 90s, I was really into Nirvana. My wardrobe consisted of ripped corduroy jeans and flannel shirts. She described, one day after school, I dyed my hair blue. Mom wasn't a fan of this decision. She took one look at me and immediately went out to the nearest drugstore to buy a $10 box of Nissan Easy. That night, she forced me to dye my hair back to blonde. The color she picked out was actually 3 shades lighter than my natural color. And I have never looked back. She also recounted how crushed she was after she learned that grunge icon Kurt Cobain had taken his life, saying, "It wasn't too long after this that Kurt Cobain, the singer, songwriter, and guitarist for Nirvana, committed suicide. It was a shock and I was distraught. Mom had no idea who Kurt Cobain was, and she sympathized only so much. After 24 hours of my crying inconsolably in my room, alone, major melodrama, Mom had to pull me out of there to go down to dinner." Are you glad that Ivanka matured and grew up into such a sensible adult? Trump just stepped in front of the military and gave them an order that made jaws drop. President Trump just declared that he wants to defend our holdings in Afghanistan. He said the hasty withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan in order to create a vacuum and to say that America is not nation building again, we are killing terrorists. Praise the president. This is such a huge departure. We are not going to be into nation building anymore. Trump said that he shares the nation's frustration with the war in Afghanistan and admitted to the crowd that his original instinct was to pull out. This speech was in front of a large military audience. From now on, victory will have a clear definition: attacking our enemies, obliterating ISIS, crushing Al-Qaeda, preventing the Taliban from taking over the country, and stopping mass terror attacks against Americans before they emerge. Trump then went after Pakistan and made it very clear that he is not happy with them housing terrorists. Trump is expected to drop 4,000 troops into Afghanistan on one condition, says NPR. God bless our president. He is taking the fight to the enemies and he is going to make this country strong again in the face of our enemies. Share this if you are proud of your president. Don't share this if you are a liberal. After Trump aimed his best weapon at them, Ryan and McConnell knew they are doomed. We recently reported about how Trump had led the RNC to raise $75 million in the first 6 months of 2017. But it's getting even better. The RNC just set another fundraising record. It just raised the most money ever in a non-presidential election year. That's pretty darn impressive. That amount is $13.4 million just in the month of June. Watch this, you're gonna love it. RNC Chairwoman Ronna Romney McDaniel gives the credit to the American people for their generous support. Its fundraising success is due to smaller contributions of $200 or less. What does that tell you? That the patriots that elected Trump are still excited about him. They are so excited, they want to support him with their hard-earned money. The GOP now controls all three main branches of government, and with the amount of money the RNC has managed to raise, that could continue for a very long time. Of course, we want Republicans in Washington who can and will get things done. We are tired of people like Mitch McConnell, who whined that Trump's expectations for Congress were excessive. We are tired of people like Paul Ryan, who is a traitor to Trump. We want the swamp drained. If you agree, comment "Drain the Swamp" and share so everyone can add their comment. T. Breitbart. Taliban freaking out after what Trump announced he's about to drop in Afghanistan. President Trump just unveiled his new, much-anticipated Afghan policy. The president said that although he initially supported a total withdrawal of troops from the region, after consulting with his generals he concluded that the security threats we face in Afghanistan and the border region are immense, due to a power vacuum that would be left in the country that Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State could instantly fill. The short story is President Trump will not unilaterally be pulling troops out of Afghanistan. Some expect he may take the Pentagon's recommendation to add 4,000 new troops to the 8,400 already on the ground. But this is the best part of his speech, which shows how he is different from other presidents in his war strategy. He's not giving details on what the exact strategy is. This is the best part of his speech, which shows how he is different from other presidents in his war strategy. He's not giving details on what the exact strategy is. We will not talk about numbers of troops or our plans for further military activities. Conditions on the ground, not arbitrary timetables, will guide our strategy from now on. Boom. That is a huge change. Obama used to just tell the entire universe how many troops were going where and for how long. President Trump put an end to that. President Trump is aware of American concerns about the war, which has lasted 16 years and has claimed the lives of 2,386 servicemen and women, saying Americans are weary of war without victory. We won't leave a power vacuum, but President Trump knows we don't want this war to continue very much longer. Check out his whole speech here if you missed it. President Trump has brought out his generals, they devised a plan, and they're not going to advertise it to the whole world. Sounds like an awesome plan that will finally bring stability to Afghanistan and provide terrorists with no safe haven. Share this out if you agree. Washington Times. Every biker has heard Trump's new call. Look which city they are heading to now. President Trump is holding a rally in Phoenix on Tuesday, and leftist groups are already trying to cause trouble. 14 groups are going to protest the rally, and have urged others to book free tickets to attend so that the arena seats are empty. But, Washington Times reports, Those protesters didn't count on one thing: bikers. Bikers for Trump's Arizona Cobra chapter put out a call to action to its members, saying, "Donald Trump is coming to the Phoenix Convention Center to hold a rally. There have been plans for Charlottesville sympathizers to protest. We need our bikers to show up and keep people safe. They are supposed to start at 6 o'clock. We think we need to be there by at least 4 o'clock. That is when the doors open. If there are people outside waiting to get in, we don't want anyone to arrest them. Protesters have a right to protest, but they don't have a right to threaten or intimidate. That is why we need to be there." The groups that plan on protesting the convention center include the Democratic Socialists of Phoenix, Arizona Resist, Desert Progressives, Students for a Democratic Society, Puente, Arizona, and Cosplayers Against Hate. These bikers are tough, and they're going to be a great line of defense against the creepy and dangerous alt-left protesters. And before the leftists start crying white supremacy, here's a video of the group condemning hate. "I'd feel pretty good going to the rally knowing these guys were on my side. Share if you love our bikers for Trump." HT The Washington Times.